What's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, it's 2018. This is the first show of 2018, and holy shit, we fucking made it, you guys. Despite Trump as president, we have not exploded the planet, and I'm very proud of that. If you guys want to come and join in the conversation, there will be a link in the comment section of YouTube, the live comment section. So if you don't see comments scrolling by, if you're commenting under the video, then your comment is not going out live and this video is not live. All right. Because I always have people who come on and always confuse that. And so I want to explain it to anybody who's watching right now. If the comments are next on the right of the video and they're scrolling by, that is live. If the comments are being made underneath the video at the bottom, it is not live. So don't ask me to say eggnog or something to prove that it's live, because I won't, because it will have been recorded. All right. So just so you guys know, let me get the link up there for everybody. People on here who's like, hey, is this live? Is this live? And they're always writing it in the comment section on YouTube, like the regular comment section. I'm like, no, it's not live, dude. I know it seems live, like especially our show, like the way we do our shows. Whenever you watch it, if you've never seen it before, whenever you come across it, you automatically assume, oh yeah, this is definitely live right now, just because of the way how we interact with each other. It just seems like it just seems live, you know. But people can get confused by it. But that's a good way to tell if it's live or not, is by where the comments are being made. So here, let me go to the site and get a link for everybody. Hopefully everything sounds good. All right, I see the video. Looks fairly shitty as usual. Not too bad though. Appears no trolls are out yet. That's awesome. Let's see. I'm just waiting for everything else, like the videos popping up. Everything else is popping up except for your comments. There we go. Aha! What up, you guys? What up, Lightning Chasing Badass? Nick, what up, buddy? Nikki Dungeons doing good. Hey, Paul, proof of the week, buddy. How you doing, brother? Doing good. What up, Warren? How you doing, buddy? Here's the link for anyone who wants to come in and join. Come say what's up. Hopefully it works. We have been having problems with it lately. So for today's show, I wanted to discuss the video that I just put out on the debunk of UFO seekers. There's a couple things I want to discuss. So first off, you know, I want everyone to know that I don't hate UFO seekers. I'm not out to get them or anything like that. Hey, what up, Alden? How you doing, buddy? I'm not out to go and get them or anything like that. I don't want to, you know, go attack them or go to war with them or anything like that. I'm a fan of their channel. I like what they do. I just think for this instance, they made some, you know, choices that, you know, should have been thought out more. You get what I'm saying? But still, Valhoon, videos no longer count for anything. Only physical proof will suffice. You know, really, you know, like that's what happens. But I mean, videos make up, you know, a lot. And, you know, when it's a legitimate video, it could really push things over the edge. You could really sell it on a legit video of a real UFO. It just depends on how far away the camera is from the UFO. What's the interaction at the time? You know, shit like that. So, what up, Qvid? How you doing, buddy? Oh, here, let me get my I'll pull up my screen real quick so I can make sure you guys jump on here. Oh, you know, I should probably put my headphones in case when you guys jump on and I can't see you. Just in case. So a lot of times I'll have guys jump on here and I won't even know they're on here because I don't see the screen talking to me, and I don't, I have no idea because I don't have my headphones in. So let me get these bitches on. Um. Okay, make sure that's paused. I'm talking as soon as I put them in. Oh, there we go. God damn it. Oh wow, on the video I was like way behind. There we go. Hopefully I'll stay paused. Sorry about that, you guys. I could hear myself talking for a minute. um what up, Tony? How you doing, buddy? Nick Sellers is saying real life in crusty old Washington. Haha, that's right, man. Cubit is saying, congrats, Paul, you rock. That's fucking right. Congratulations, Paul. So for everyone out there who doesn't know, Paul is our proofer of the week, dude. So congratulations, you, buddy. Good job, brother. Who's on here?
It's me.
There he is. What up, Cubit?
Yeah, not so bad, mate. Liked your video.
Where the fuck are you? Oh, did you?
Oh,
where are you? There he is. You got sexy motherfucker. What up, Cubit? So you like the video?
Yeah, it was cool. I thought the flare footage was really good. I found that really interesting because that just showed up so many faults in what had been shown.
Well, let's talk about those. That's why I wanted to discuss today. I mean, let's think about that, Cubit. This is why I said, I thought people would really like it. Well, one, now look at that. If the F-35 with FLIR, okay, if they were looking at it, if it was an F-35, whether it was flying straight, whether it was hovering, whatever it was doing, a huge difference in the heat signature, because the temperature of the aircraft itself and the heat that the engines are giving off are so vastly different that you can really see there's a huge temperature differential between the two. And unless this craft was made entirely of fire, basically the entire craft was over, it was uniform, and it shouldn't have been. If it was an aircraft, if it was one of ours, the heat should have been located in a central place, like but it wasn't. It was all over the entire craft, so that made a huge. It was. I mean, it was, and I think that proved right there that their whole theory about it being an aircraft, right there, it just shows them that their theory is in fact wrong, because if it was an aircraft, you would see the heat signature anywhere that there was a temperature difference. Like the nose of the craft compared to the ass of the craft would have been so different. You would have seen the two. So and then you can even see the flames actually shooting out from it, even when it's just chilling there. The exhaust or whatever, the heat is so high and so different that it looks like fire almost, and so I think that really made a huge impact. But I mean, a couple other things. What do you think about the whole them doing this for favor with Secure Team 10?
Well, that's why I think they did that. I actually said that to you, that
Did you?
Yeah,
that's probably where I got it from.
Yeah, Secure Team 10. We're backing these guys up. Well, when we say Secure Team 10, let's just say Tyler, because it's not a team, it's Tyler.
It's Tyler.
Yeah. He was pissed with Tom getting the award. And he's been advertising Seekers. They put out that video where they talked about Tom DeLonge and the business, which I'm gonna have to go back over that, because I've
now
got
I'm starting to question it.
Yeah. I thought Tom DeLonge was a bit of a tit, but I'm a little bit wobbly on that now. After finding that out, because I thought what they were saying was probably fucking legit, but now I don't trust them.
You see what I'm saying? I have to agree with you on there. Now it calls into question what they were doing before because I didn't look at it like, is it a chance that maybe they're doing this because they want favor with Secure Team 10? And that just never really popped into my mind. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, this was such a bad debunk. And now if you go on to Tyler's channel, you'll see UFO Seekers is in the featured channels now,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, they're going up from, 75,000 to 105,000, subscribers in no time at all. Like he's been pushing them and their channel has just been blowing up. Of course, he's got 1 million and 1.2 million subscribers. So he's got a lot of subscribers to pass around. So he's like, they're like, oh yeah, dude, we want to stay in good with him, so why not? He's obviously got an issue with Tom DeLonge. So these guys are like, hey, we're going to make a video debunking Tom DeLonge and all his stuff. And we're going to pull a good favor with Secure Team 10 because I don't see any other reason for them to do it unless they are this incredibly stupid that they actually believe the stuff that they put out. And I don't believe that. We're just doing it, trying to, pull some favor with these guys, and they're just trying to look for a way to possibly debunk it, as either to pull favor with Secure Team or to just shut down Tom DeLonge because they're just as, salty over that shit as Tyler is. It's one of the two. Because I just don't see them or they're fucking stupid and they actually believe it, that's hard to believe.
Do you know what?
Go ahead.
Do you know what I'd be interested to know? What Tyler thinks of their debunk. I'd love to see Tyler's opinion on their debunk. That would be cool.
Oh yeah,
Is
I'd
he
like
gonna
to come on and discuss the Pentagon UFO thing. I think it's 80% BS. It's a Belshil and about the money with the long Team Clean file saying, meanwhile, third phase's latest video features the balloon summoner guy again. Tom DeLonge is going to be pushed into a background now. For the most part, I think he was just a platform to use. Of course, we all discussed that already. Yeah, well, Tom, get on here, man. How you doing, brother? He's saying, I'd like to come on and discuss the Pentagon UFO thing. I think it's 80% BS. Really? I'd like to hear this. Tom, are you coming on? Hey, what up, Paul? How you doing, brother? Actually had a whole, I think we did like a whole video about that. How Tom DeLonge is now he's the mascot. What up, Tom? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy. Yep. Where are you at?
Good. Oh, I'm just at home. But yeah, I got a camera. Well, it's just a second here. Let me plug this camera in because I think it's working now.
Yeah, people prefer to always see your ugly ass.
No, they don't. They want to see.
Yeah, they want to see those flowing locks.
Dude. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Settings. Camera.
What up, Velcurve? How you doing, buddy?
I'll rejoin in a sec.
All right, buddy, go for it. So we're gonna have Tom come back on here in a second. He's got a different or he's got his own opinion on the Pentagon UFOs, which we all hear. I mean, he might not have heard our last show or the one we did where we were all discussing Tom DeLonge and how he's just going to be a mascot. Basically, he's like the poster boy, but he's going to fall into the background of everything, and he's just like the name to kind of get it out there. But anyway, Harry Toe is giving Paul props for being proof of the week. That's fucking right. Oh shit. Let me pause this. Oh, that's Google Hangouts, not YouTube. I'm an idiot. Anyway, now before Tom gets on here, QVid, I just want to say this, and for anybody out there, who else saw that second UFO?
I didn't. Somebody actually put in the
Fucking
comments.
nobody, dude.
Yeah,
What's up?
somebody put in the comments that they'd seen the object, but thought it was possibly the moon.
Yeah, see,
Which
that's
seemed
like,
fair, to be honest. It did seem fair,
to
you
be
know.
honest, it does. It does. They thought it was the moon. That's what I'm saying. Nobody, people might have seen the object, not registered to anybody. I fucking saw that shit. And you know, and the clip that I show doesn't do it justice. That's one stabilized footage that I use, but you can go and find any other clip. You see it plain as day. Like, I cannot believe I missed that. And I mean, like, go pick out any of the footage anywhere, and you'll look at it like, holy, Gimme Little Fuck was right, man. That's the second UFO, dude. I fucking nailed that shit, man. Nobody fucking saw that. This whole time, everyone's discussing the fucking UFOs, depending on UFO, and no one saw the second UFO in that video, dude. We're telling the truth. There was a fleet of UFOs, you know? And in fact, in that video, there's actually 2 UFOs flying, but no one how would you even pay attention? The problem is that you have the HUD overlay, you know, kind of like distracting you from the you know, looking at over at that side of the screen or anything. You're going to focus on the UFO because the other UFO in the background is, you know, like passing, you know, behind the HUD display, so it looks like it's kind of like part of it, you know. And so unless you're really looking for it, and that's why anytime, like when I do my videos about, you know, tips on, you know, hunting UFOs or looking for UFOs and videos and stuff and how to find them online and shit, how you got to go over the whole fucking video because there's always other shit going on that you might pass up, that you might not realize, you know, but it's there, dude. And I fucking nailed it. That eagle eyes, that's fucking right, man. And fucking, we are the first channel to fucking throw that shit out there. No one else knows that shit. That's just us. We're the first ones to get that shit out, dude. So I'm gonna have to put out a video talking about this second within the Pentagon video, you know, just to do like a longer clip on it, man.
I'd be interested to see
Video. That's right, Mel Curve. What's up, buddy?
I'd be interested to see both bits of footage from both planes because apparently you had one plane flying lower than the other. The second one had gone higher, so we could kind of look from a different angle. I'd have liked to have seen the footage at the same time, you know, like a comparison from both planes,
I
from
know.
both their perspectives on
that would have been
the
great.
UFO and everything else in the background, you know. But
I wonder if we can file FIOA acts and try to get that other tape.
It would be interesting to see what the other guy saw, because I mean there were two planes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, like they both saw. I mean, they both saw basically the same thing. But I'd like to see the whole footage. You know,
Yeah,
I like to
because it
see
was
the footage
like
from beginning
12
to
minutes
end.
long, wasn't it? It was
I
supposed to be
forgot. I have
something
no
like
idea how.
12 minutes or something.
Oh, that'd be great, dude. You know, I mean, like I like to see it from before the UFO comes on screen until after it leaves the screen. You know, I like to see all that, and I like to see footage from both the pilots, and I'd like to see the radar. I'd like to have the radar too. You know, how you doing, brother?
Hey, not much. Yeah, it's just you guys. I haven't been able to join for a while, so you probably already talked about this. But I don't know what your position is on this UFO Pentagon thing that's all in the mainstream news. My feeling is the only certain thing you can take away from it is that some element of the U.S. government is now saying UFOs are real, and they think they're weird too, and that's about all you can take away from it. Like it's there's so many things that the mainstream story is saying or is portraying it as that it just doesn't make sense. For example, that Lorenzo guy, he didn't just get frustrated and quit, and the next day say I'm coming to join DeLong to help build a UFO. I mean, that's the story on the front, but that doesn't happen. He's personal friends with General Mattis. He has a close working relationship with him. So when you see stuff like that, and you see like some guy from Lockheed Martin showing up, and all these officials showing up at the same time using DeLong as their platform, I think it's some kind of controlled disclosure narrative, and then they're just going to push DeLong to the back. And I think the whole goal of this is they're trying to figure out a way to get the fact that they have this technology and they've had it for decades out to the public. And this is the controlled kind of safe way that I think that they're trying to do it. You watch, in a year or two, they'll have a eureka moment, and all of a sudden, look, we've built one. Check it out. Wow, now we can all start using it. Because I think they want to start using the tech more openly. And I think that's my guess. That's what I think is behind it all.
So what do you think? What was 80% bullshit?
So 80% bullshit is the cover story, the official story, that they all quit and they've joined Tom DeLong in this courageous effort to try and build a UFO and prove that technology works. It works. Those craft that we keep finding flying around in the sky, they're using that technology. Fucking bullshit. They've had the technology for 70 years. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
You know, like they've had it all along. So these people are, I'm not saying they know about all the black programs. I'm saying that these people, these officials, these ex-Lockheed people, these ex-CIA, Jim Semivan, retired from the CIA Weird Desk, on Twitter saying, you go, Tom. Yeah, you show them, like all that. It's all part of it's not some chaotic coming together of a bunch of people who want to build a UFO. It's a very controlled, planned operation that they're doing for some reason. And I think it's because they want to start using it openly. Now, about the video, the debunk, yes, that debunk video was ridiculously stupid.
Was that bullshit or what, Tom?
Yes, it was. Well, it's almost like the purpose of the video was to make people not question that video at all, because you do a really shitty debunk video of it, and then people go, oh, this debunk video is horseshit. So yeah, this is real. Like, my problem with the video they released, I really only have I have a couple problems. One is the audio sounds completely wrong. Like those two guys chatting. Do you agree with that, Kyle? The two pilots that they do the audio.
The two pilots, when
they're talking about the UFO they're seeing in front, and they're like, "Oh, what is that, dude? Fuck, bro. I don't know. It's fucking shit, dude."
No. Actually, that actually sounds super legitimate for two pilots. These guys were out training. They're just out having, like, basically fucking around, having fun, and they were called in to go and look for it. And so they're seeing something that's weird, and they're friends with each other. That's not what the pilot who went on Fox said. The guy who went on Fox, who was the one who's supposedly one of the guys talking in the video, I guess, he said that they'd been tracking these objects for several days from the ship, underwater and above water, and that they had sent him and his friends specifically to go out there to finally actually take a look. And a lot of in the New York Times story, in the New York Times story that we did a video on it.
I wouldn't believe any of the New York Times story, except for the fact that.
Oh, you'll believe the Fox News, but this is the pilot himself.
I wouldn't believe Fox News on UFOs. No, no, I don't buy it. A lot of ex-Navy pilots are coming out saying, "Look, I don't know about the video, but the chatter between the two pilots, there's so many things wrong with it. For one, that kind of, they do have kind of casual language, but Navy pilots never refer to west or east or north or south. They don't identify direction using. They have another method that's their standard radio control method of identifying where the location of something is. So there's that. The audio sounded to me like a couple of Tom DeLong's buddies imagining what two Navy pilots might have been saying as they looked at this object. That's what it sounds like to me. And maybe the actual audio is classified. Maybe the actual audio is classified.
John Lear. That sounds like what John Lear wrote, dude. He was saying the same thing. Yeah. And then in that UFO Seekers video, that's what they're saying. They're saying the exact same thing, that it sounds like it's a completely made up. And
the audio does, for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I mean,
all these ex-Navy pilots are coming out saying, no, we don't talk to each other like that at all. even if we're looking at something weird. We don't.
Besides
that's not how we
John,
talk to
crazy
each other.
fucking John Lear, you know. I mean,
No,
these guys
there's
are saying
other
they
guys.
did talk to each other like that. You know, these guys are
Yes,
saying,
and
yeah,
I'm
we talk to
saying-
each other like that.
I'm saying that what those guys are saying, from the Navy pilot to Jim Semivan to the Lorenzo guy to the Lockheed guy to all those guys,
Elizondo.
this is a Lizondo, whatever. This is all a packaged, predetermined story that they have that they're all briefed on, and this is how they're going to roll it out. And so you have to take it in that spirit.
So it's all what? It's all a hoax?
No, it's, I just already told you. They want to get this out, and they're trying to do it in the
What
way
does that
that
have
they
to do
think.
with them? So you're saying the audio is fake. What am I trying to get? I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say.
I'm not saying I know the audio is fake. I'm saying it sounds fake to me. It's not how pilots talk to each other. And many ex-pilots have come out to say either these are the two most casual F-18 Super Hornet fighters, pilots on patrol in history, or, you know, there's something odd about the audio. I think the Navy pilot's been instructed to go on to different mainstream news sites and discuss this incident. You notice they never asked the Navy pilot about the audio, the chatter. They never say, hey, you guys sounded like you're weirded out. Like, he never comments on that specific chatter. If I was a journalist, I would have said, you guys are cursing and you're referring to like the wind 120 knots out of the west. Navy pilots don't usually the radio. Was it just because it was such a strange event that it had you kind of out of yourselves? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that the U.S. Navy pilot he had an encounter. He really did have an encounter. He really did see a UFO. There's elements of what was going on that's completely classified. What he's talking about is a tip of an iceberg, that under the water is this gigantic thing that they don't want to talk about. And what we're seeing, that's what this is.
Well, it's like, obviously they did talk like that because there was the recording of it. So it's either that they did or it's a hoax.
I think the audio is a hoax, fake. Yes. I feel it is.
A hoax.
The audio, yeah.
All right.
Matter between the two pilots. I think it's fake. Sounds fake. A lot of pilots say it's fake. They're talking with each other in ways pilots don't talk to each other. The audio
but you got two pilots
fake. Yes.
That's us. That was us talking. So
no, you haven't heard them say that's us talking. That's my point. They haven't said that's us talking on the video.
Why would they? Yeah, but they're like, this
you
was
hear them
us. Yeah, but they're like, this was me. This was, you know, this is him, and they're out there doing interviews and stuff.
Yes.
So why do they need to go? Yeah, that was me talking. Yeah.
My point is, you're seeing the tip of the iceberg of something much larger they're not going to talk about. And so when they're releasing this stuff to the public, they're going to be releasing it in a sanitized way. And I think one of the things they sanitized on that video is the audio chatter between the two pilots. There is no need to include that audio chatter. And include it. Why even have those two, they fucking retarded surfer, include that audio?
Why not?
Show the video, because they want people, they want Tom DeLonge like people. Like, that's how, this is like part psyop, part psyop. They're trying to very carefully, you know, just tell enough that they feel they need to tell, so they can start using the technology more openly in a few years. That's what I think. That's what I think this is. It's like the 20. It's like a 10% disclosure, which is basically, yes, UFOs are real. Yes, we try to figure out what they are too, and we're telling you that now. And here comes a new company that's going to try and build one. I mean, it just looks so obvious to me that it's just a controlled attempt to get the public familiar with the technology, to get them familiar with the idea that it's real, it can be achieved, so that they can produce it in a public sphere, so that it can start to be used more openly.
Keep going, Tom. Keep going.
That's pretty much it. I mean, what I think would happen is in a few years you'll see we've invented this drone, and it's an anti-gravity drone. First it'll be they'll levitate something, then it'll be we invented this drone, isn't it cool? And then it'll move on from there until there's this technology, this quantum gravity is implemented in more public type equipment, more public type uses. And then maybe 20, 25 years down the road, they'll say, classified. We had these triangle things. We had all of these crafts since the early 60s. It had to be kept secret, but we've all been using them for 25 years now. So it's all cool, right? Everyone, it's all cool. And that way they get to keep hidden that huge iceberg of all of the evil shit they've done to keep the technology suppressed, to keep it secret, to keep, you know, the big secret, the big Eisenhower secret.
Well, let me say,
my feeling.
That seems
like it.
Over complicated for something like this, whereas it's just, I mean, for it just to be, the video and stuff seems complicated enough, dealing with the Pentagon and everything. For just
it seems really simple. The Pentagon thing seems really simple to me. It seems really simple.
Doesn't seem like there's a reason for them to fake the audio. What does faking the audio accomplish?
Because maybe could be a number of reasons. They could have thought people are going to want to hear the audio on this. It's two pilots tracking a UFO. They will expect to hear some kind of chatter. Let's produce something along the lines of what these two guys might have said to each other to keep all the classified stuff out. We'll just do an audio track for it. Okay. They're not going to get the two pilots to sit down and record I think literally it's a couple of dudes sort of look, maybe they have a transcript of the actual, what the audio pilot said to each other. They're reading the classified stuff, and then they're creating kind of an audio track so that they want, this is the key.
I get what you're saying. I get
they
what you're
really
saying.
Badly they want everybody to believe this is real. It's obvious that it's so important to them that everybody believe this is real. And I think they over-torqued it a little. I think they over-torqued it. I think they were trying.
It seems very overcomplicated to, like, just for, to go off so much on the audio, which is just a few lines of them going back and forth,
on the
trying
audio.
to describe it. Yeah, just trying to describe
I'm not basing my entire theory that this
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying
disclosure.
That I'm saying that it seems completely irrelevant to fake the audio, whether they kept it in or even took it out. It really seems like it makes almost no
if they took it out, they would open themselves up to a lot of people saying, hey, that no audio. Where's the two pilots talking? Why is there no audio? So they want to include audio, but they don't want to include classified audio.
But you literally just said that. You said, why did they even why did they even bring the audio out? Why not just keep it blank? You literally just said that like 5 minutes ago.
Yes, and then I answered my question because they don't want people to have any questions about it. They don't want people to say, oh, I don't buy this. I don't believe that. This was a dedicated and coordinated effort to tell the public UFOs are real. That's what this is. This is an operation. Do you buy that this is an accident where a bunch of people kind of rebelled and joined Tom DeLonge to prove what they all suspect, which is that this technology is real and they can make a craft? Is that what you think is going
on? I think what's going on is that they're a team put together, like Tom, and he's trying to get people to bring disclosure out. So he's trying to get, people who are involved in this to come and bring it all out to everybody the best he could. Really seems like really what it is, not like a government thing, but more like, just privatized, as in people like us,
No, I don't think so at all. I think that they've deliberately picked him like they pick all kinds of people like Stephen Greer or Corey Goode. This is like a multi-decade disclosure, and they decided to go green on kind of going from dark to light with Tom DeLonge and these dudes. And that it's this stuff just doesn't happen by accident. I'll tell you who is influencing me a lot right now in terms of the analysis of this. There's a guy who I don't agree with completely named Grant Cameron.
Mm-hmm. We were discussing
UFO. Yeah. And he's been kind of looking at this, and he's got this entire library of all these guys, from John Moore to Stephen Greer to Corey Goode to fucking Tom DeLonge, and how each one of them, how they always get involved with these government private industry guys. It's always some patsy, some goof who thinks he's got it figured out. Finally crack the code, and they come to him and say, you do have it figured out, and we'd like to join you. And this has happened 4 or 5 times now. And Grant Cameron says that there are different teams that are doing this with different patsies, and that the goal is it's soft disclosure. It's the public, this is real, the technology is real. crimes they've committed to keep it secret over 70 years. That's a tricky, and his theory is that, and you guys talked about it, so maybe you know a little bit about him, but his theory is
we've already discussed him and
been
everything.
coming out of the office of the
some
previous
shows.
Obama presidency.
It seems
project that's been going on since Obama's presidency. It started went green, and it was supposed to get in Hillary, and that kind of hit it. So they kind of regrouped, and now they're kind of relaunching it under Trump.
Okay, that's an interesting theory. You know, I mean, I guess, you know,
likely to me.
You know, not to me, but that's fine. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and you know, we always like to hear yours, Tom. You know.
So what do you think's happening? Do you really think that Tom DeLonge has joined with some private individuals to suddenly prove to everyone that UFOs are real and that the technology is real and they can build a craft? So essentially exactly what they're saying they're doing? You think that's all that's happening?
Yeah, I think that basically what Tom is, you know, what he's coming out and saying is what's happening, what he's trying to do, and what he's trying to accomplish is something he's been interested in.
You don't think he's being fooled and used by those different people, that they're actually using him? He didn't discover them. They identified someone they can use to deliver a specific narrative to the public. You don't think that's happening? You think Tom pulled these people together, they realized there's a guy that we can work with, we're going to build a UFO? You think that's what's happening?
Okay, so this whole building a UFO thing, that I don't buy any of that. That seems like pure speculation and hopes and fanciful dreams. But you know, who's to say? I mean, I really don't know, like, you know, if they're able to do it. Maybe he's got people on there who are able to do this. I don't know that. But it seems that the team that he put together is really, I mean, they had some good positions, but by no means are any of these guys big shots in the government or anything like that. You know, they're not like these well-recognized names and anything like that. I think a lot of these guys are probably just recommendations from other individuals, like other individuals that he's, you know, come in contact with, or that he's tried to, you know, make contact with, and him using his star power, it'd be
according to
easier
Grant Cameron. They all called him. They all.
Can I finish?
If you watch,
hang on, let me finish. Hang on, Tom, let me finish, man. I think that a lot of his the people that he gets in contact with are by means of, you know, his fame and stuff like that, which opens doors for him to be able, and people say, oh, well, you should talk to this guy. And this guy's like, well, then you should also talk to this guy. And this is kind of how he like built his team. I just don't see it being a, you know, a shadow government, fucking like the government's build this team, and that he's just a puppet of them.
Well,
and
when you say government, like, I mean, what does that mean, right?
You know,
what does government mean?
Like the same government that you're talking about.
So Grant Cameron's saying that this is an actual approved program that was launched in 2015. If you go back and you look at when Obama first admitted Area 51 exists, when Obama first talked about aliens for the first time, he said each time a president, this is all part of a very slow rollout of a planned multi-year disclosure program. And I think he's absolutely correct. I think Tom DeLonge is an idiot child who's been pulled around by his hand, various people who'd like to use him to deliver this narrative. And I think that's very simple and obvious to anyone, you know, like it's just obvious. I think the big danger here is that if you accept this, and if you take what they're telling you about this and you say, yay, it's here, disclosure, ooh, that took forever. Weird how it just happened all of a sudden. If you just buy it, I mean, basically, I mean, Richard Dolan's warning about this, let all those fucking criminals off. Sorry to swear. I didn't mean to swear. You're going to let all those criminals off. All those people over all those years who've done all those terrible things, they're all going to not have to face justice for what they've done. And you know, Kyle, we don't know what or who or how, but we know that there are people, lots of them, who have done terrible things to keep
Well, no. I
secrets.
totally,
We know that at
I
least.
totally agree. I totally agree, Tom. The thing is that I don't know anyone who considers this disclosure by even a little bit. I mean, do you consider this disclosure?
Of this, wherever this narrative takes us, it's don't go down this path. As are saying about what's actually going on. Continue to question, continue to look behind other people who have dissenting analyses of what this narrative is. Because if I think it's designed so that people feel, all right, this whole UFO thing's dealt with, like they're getting on technology, everything's gonna be cool. And it just ignores the last 70 years. I mean, that's my concern. People will get into this and not continue the important work of digging to the real gold, which is uncovering all the horse shit.
See, I think, you know,
I like to do. I like to uncover horse shit.
I think that this, I don't consider this by any means even close to disclosure. I think this is I think it's really interesting that this is a cool incident that got brought forward to the public. It brought forward the fact that there was a agency within the Pentagon that was investigating UFOs. So I think that was really cool that stuff got brought forward because of this video. But to me, this incident is just one more in a long list of incidents and reports of UFO sightings with video, with audio, with radar, with witnesses, whatever. But I don't see it anything.
Believe
other
this
than
was
that,
a leak, right? But you don't believe this was a leak out of the Pentagon that exposed a program the Pentagon was running? Is that how you see it? Because I see it as the Pentagon authorizing the release of information for a specific purpose. I don't feel like this is a leak where people rebelled and went, we're getting this out there. Fuck you, Pentagon. No, it doesn't work like that.
No, I don't think it was a leak like that. I think that, you know, basically they kind of just let it go. Like, yeah, go ahead. You know, like, you can have it. There's, you know, like, I don't think it was a leak. I think they're kind of just like, yeah, whatever, you know, like, cause I think there's a bigger show going on that we don't know about. And that this is really so basically nothing that even the Pentagon was like, I don't give a fuck, you know, like, I don't think that this whole incident or any of this stuff that happened is anywhere near what the big deal is. And I think it's just I think it's a really show and that's it. I think it'll fizzle away. I don't think it's going to be fucking,
oh, really?
You know, yeah, I don't really think
so.
that I don't think this is going to be the big deal fucking like.
No, but I think a bunch of things are going to build on this. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of announcements and discoveries that are going to come out. Bullshit.
Oh, I certainly hope they are.
Yeah.
You know, now if they're all tied to this, well then, okay, so then, you know, you can consider it this, you know, then, you know, I would in fact be wrong if they're all tied to this, then, you know, yeah. But I just don't, like, to me right now, all this is just a fucking a UFO video. And Tom DeLonge's, you know, team, you know, releasing some of this information. How it's anything other than just a video. And, you know, I mean, that's really all I see it as, you know. I mean, I don't see it as like any kind of disclosure or anything. Just, I mean, a bunch of there's videos from other, you know, like the Homeland.
Have you read the story of how Tom DeLonge met all those people? Like the full story of how he got introduced to them all and how they all became part of his team?
No, I wasn't into it that much. Like, it was,
that's an important angle,
you know,
because what you get from that is it's not just a random sort of thing that got released. It's a very controlled and very planned sort of narrative that's being deliberately rolled out. I mean, if you look at like these people don't do things without permission. Even once they retire. Jim Semivan, are you familiar with him? He was on the CIA weird desk until 2018. He was a guy on the CIA desk who handled all the weird shit. And he's been sitting there cheerleading this the whole way. He's been pushing sort of the whole Tom DeLonge team right from the beginning on his Twitter, firing out Twitters. Now, Jim Semivan is not retired. Nobody retires from the CIA. Jim Semivan's not allowed to go on Twitter and say, yeah, UFOs are real. You show them, guys, without permission from the CIA. I mean, I just don't know if people understand that. If they don't understand all of the evidence that's showing that this is very much not an accidental release, but a very bold and coordinated story that's being rolled out to the public. I mean, there's all these ex-CIA guys. There's all these ex-Department of Defense officials. All these people who are all sort of on their Twitter. They're all retired or they all just quit. And they're all saying,
the one thing that we all discussed is that, and that, you know, like I was saying for my personal, you know, for myself, I mean, obviously for other people, it can be different, but for myself, when, you know, disclosure happens or anything that even comes close to it, it will be through an official. See, anytime it's someone who is a former or a retired or an ex, will never count as disclosure for me. I need someone who is in office at the time of the announcement. Someone who is
who is
an elected official, who is or someone who is a right now working an employee of the federal government in the military working right now. When someone like that comes out and says something about UFOs, you know, then I can consider that level of disclosure, whether it's a soft disclosure or hard or something like that. But I need something like that before it, because it's always these there's so many other times where ex-CIA people or ex-military or ex-whatever come out and say stuff, and you know, what does it ever mean? I mean, never amounts to anything. I see. You know,
Cameron thinks that some of this XXX stuff is, I mean, because they're still communicating with the place they used to work at. It's like a way of testing the waters, right? So the CIA is like, yeah, go ahead and tell your story, do whatever, and they tell, and then they see how people react. So it's like gives a buffer between the government and these ex-government people who start telling these stories and see how does the public react. That way, if everyone freaks out, if something unexpected happens, they can use that buffer to say, no, those are retired people. They're just fucking around. So you know what I mean? Like it's, I agree with you.
No,
I think
you know,
if it was from an official, it would be at least.
Yeah. Like until then, I can't even consider this disclosure until at least we get an elected official or someone who is currently in the government or in the military to come out and say, yes, UFOs we chased a UFO. We don't know what it is. They do exist, whatever. Then I will consider that.
But so the fact that Lorenzo, I keep mispronouncing his name, that Lorenzo guy, the fact that he retired, Alejandro, whatever. The fact that he retired and then the next day said, I tracked UFOs for years on NORAD's radar. They're real. I track them all the time. I'm on Tom DeLonge's team. The fact that he retired the day before means you can't buy anything he says. Because for me, I don't care if he retired the day before or if he's retiring next week. I still think he's part of the government. And even if a government person said, okay, we're officially saying it's real, I'd still need to go to an air show and have one land in front of me.
No, so
and then even then,
yeah,
you know,
it would make a difference. So if he said it, if it was the day before, if he quit and then came out and said it, yeah, it makes a huge difference, because when he is an employee of it, when he's part of it, then that means he has to have permission to go and say this stuff. And when he's no longer,
he still needs permission afterwards.
You know, well, when he's no longer an employee, when you're a private citizen, you can basically say whatever you want, you know. And if he's still under, well, I mean, you know, obviously you can't go around saying classified information, obviously, you know, but obviously if he's allowed to say it, then it's not classified, or he had permission to say it, whatever. You know,
in support of what you're saying, they say that NORAD radar desk, when he collected his NORAD radar data and when he got his hands on that video, the one that we were talking about, that he put it in, he filed it in a place that made it unclassified, so that when he left, he could grab it all and walk out the door and detect not. Now, so he classified it himself so that he could later take it when he left. Yeah. Now, a lot of people are saying, so that, That's what Grant Cameron's saying, is that's how he got that stuff out. But Grant Cameron also says that Mattis told him to do that, because the way that they have to get this out to the people is a very tricky kind of a dance to get some of this stuff out. So, and we don't know behind the scenes if there are multiple factions that study UFOs that fight with each other, which there probably are. So,
there probably
yeah,
is.
I mean, it's interesting
like
that
just our normal intelligence agencies that fight with each other,
at least,
So
yeah,
that makes sense to me.
They probably all fight with each other. But apparently, this is what I'm saying I don't buy from that guy's stories. I don't think he got angry and quit. I think he was told, look, this is the next stage of what you'll be doing. And you'll be, retiring and then go work for this team that we've set up, and they're doing whatever their mission is, whatever the fuck.
Well, you don't think that would have pissed you off if you've been investigating UFOs for so long and you're like, listen, this shit needs to be. I know it pissed me off because I'm like, listen, this shit's real and we need to investigate this. And they're like, fuck you, you're not getting any more money, blah blah blah. And he'd be like, what the fuck, dude, are you guys serious? Come on, man, this shit's fucking real and we need to look into it. And they're like, no, I'd be kind of pissed too. I might even quit,
I understand why that story's believable, and I understand why it makes a consistent logic, but I don't believe that's what happened.
But I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that he went, I'm sick of this, I'm getting out of here and going out into the public to tell them about UFO. I don't believe it. Maybe I'm too cynical. I just don't buy that. I think it's more of I'm a little bit too much into conspiracies, but I see it more as there has to be some level of permission behind.
And see, and maybe I have too much of my own experience with UFOs into it to see it on your side, where I'm like, I've seen UFOs. I know they're real, motherfucker. How dare you? How dare you question me? So it's like maybe it might be on the same as for my side too, where I'm just like, I see it too much for like fucking, having my own experience with it. Like, listen here, motherfucker. You're going to give me that goddamn money and you're going to fund this fucking project because they're fucking real. I'll strangle you, motherfucker. Die, man.
Yeah, maybe having seen them, like just tracking them on a radar and not seeing them in person is still crazy. People who've seen them in person,
a big deal. It's
people that have seen them in person must drive them crazy. I had my one little experience with something weird, and I still am trying to figure. I'm going to be Canadian Department of Defense to see if they have records of training. Surveillance training flight, because now it's coming out that Lockheed's made these freaking drones that are shaped like a triangle that they're going to launch from a flying aircraft carrier. It's all real. That's all real. That just came out. So were they testing some shit like that? Did I just see some fucked up?
Now, Tom, Cuvid, did you guys ever see? Did you guys ever see the remember the Serious Disclosure Project? You guys remember that, right?
Yeah,
Tom Greer's thing.
It was one before Unacknowledged. It was the one he did before Unacknowledged, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Now in the Serious Disclosure, or no, it was his first one. It was his first one. Okay, so it was the one right before that one. He had like 30 hours of interviews with different people who were coming out, bringing out UFO information. All right, and he had one guy do who told his story about a UFO crashing in Peru. Did you guys see that? You guys remember that one?
Yeah. Is this the one? Keep talking. I am not sure which story you're about.
He's kind of the guy was kind of like this like fat fucking he was like a little chubby, but something about him struck me as just authentic. And his story. Is this the
one where the UFO embedded itself in the side of the mountain?
Yes, that one.
That is one of the strangest and most compelling interviews I've seen.
Doesn't he seem, out of all the people in these fucking interviews and shit, is it just me, or does that kid really seem like he's telling the fucking truth, man?
But you know what, Kyle? Here's the thing I always remind myself when I see someone like that. That kid is very authentic and seems like the truth. But when Corey Good first started telling his story, before he started adding the blue avians and the underground earth people, and just was this very simple story, he looked a lot like that kid. He looked like him. He was fat. He was kind of dumb. And he just seemed like the kind of guy who wouldn't be making shit up. And then he turned into what he is, which is this psycho. who make a whole bunch of crazy shit up.
To make shit up, you know, that could be, you know, but I mean, for this story, I mean, because this guy has obviously, to my knowledge,
real.
At least, he has not gone out and said anything else about anything, just that one story. And I've never heard him talk about it on any other thing, you know, but he seemed legitimate to me.
Not only
and
that,
I find it interesting.
But the way.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. Kyle, could you put a link up to the Hangout? There's 1 or 2 people trying to get on. The link I put up isn't working.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, what up, Mini Dimmy? Bo Weaver, how you doing? Teresa Sutz, you guys doing good? Derek, hey, what up, Steven? How you doing, buddy? JB Smith, doing good? Here, let me get the link up for you guys. And,
you know what I think's cool about that story?
That Peru. Well, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to say what's cool about that story is the way he tells it is it's so plausible, where he says, we got a call about some kind of accident that we were supposed to go out and check. And when we got out there, you know, he had the experience, and it's pretty crazy with the dead aliens and all kinds of weird shit. And then this other team comes in, these black helicopters, all, you know, Delta foot, like total, like, woof, woof, woof. They come out and they're like, what are you doing here? And the guy's like, well, we just got a call that there was a crash. We came out to, and he's like, fuck, like there was a mistake. Something slipped through where some team that should never have been called.
Yeah, because they were supposed to just block off the area. They weren't supposed to go up. They ended up just going up to the crash. You know, even though
the initial call, they probably didn't know it was an alien craft that had crashed, because local authorities would have noticed or heard something and said, whoever the emergency team is, we've had some satellite or something fall, hit a mountain, make sure they cordon it off. We don't want radioactive shit, people, you know, touching some iridium or some crap. And then when they showed up, it wasn't a satellite or some shit. It was a UFO embedded in the side of the mountain. So who wouldn't go up and look at it? Right.
Oh,
it sounds so plausible. It sounds so real. Exactly how something like that would go down.
And it's funny just about how this kid, the way he just talks about everything, the story, it seems so and it's just like the minor details and stuff that he says in there that really catches me. And one thing that I really like, and years of research, I've come to believe that, oh, hang on a sec. Sorry about that, you guys. I've come to believe that there are certain agencies that, you know, would have dealings with UFOs. And one of them is the DOE, the Department of Energy. And in his interview, he says how these guys were down there, they're like investigating stuff, and they were wearing black camo. And the only stuff he's seen on was one of them had a jacket that said DOE on it.
Yeah.
And
it makes a lot of sense, the Department of Energy.
You know, exactly. Because why is the Department of Energy down there unless they're involved in UFO?
They reverse engineer. Yeah, they reversed engineered the tech. They have their own crafts, and they want to make them better. Every time a UFO crashes, they're like, give us that. They reverse engineer it. They try to improve on what they've done so far, etc.
You know where Bob Lazar worked? In Area S4, which is actually within the nuclear test site, which is controlled by the DOE, which is controlled by the Department of Energy. So they would have been running to show that.
Yeah, people don't think that these departments have black kind of militarized forces. Like, you wouldn't think Department of Energy. It's like Department of Education, right? It's like, no, like some of these departments
but it's not,
have like freaking like paramilitary forces that will kill you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Not only that, you know, the Department of Energy, they also funded the Human Genome Project. You know that?
No,
so when we counted, like counted down all the human genomes, you know, and it took like, it was like an 8-year project and shit, like all around the world. Yeah, the people who funded it, the fucking Department of Energy. Why is the Department of Energy funding the Human Genome Project? I mean, that's fucking odd, isn't it? Don't you think like the you know, Department of Health and Social Services might have been funding that or something like that, you know, or, you know, something for medical or scientific research. Department of Energy funding the Human Genome Project. That's just weird, you know, but it's true. They did.
That is interesting. Trying to map human DNA.
Trying to map. Right. So it's like
maybe so they can better interface with their craft. which apparently
Right?
everyone
That's what I'm
says are
thinking.
flown by
That's what I'm
consciousness. It's
thinking.
flown by consciousness, right?
You know,
So
and it's funny
if
in
you
that
want
kid's
to,
interview, describes it in a really interesting way. You guys, Tom Cubit, he says how he's like they fly the craft. He's like, and I don't know this. I just feel it. But the craft is like an extension of their body. So flying the craft is like moving your arm. And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what an interesting way of putting it, you know? Because I'm like,
It
that
becomes a
makes so
part of your
much
body.
sense. Yeah, like it becomes part of you. So like you, like how you interface with it, it would be like how you just move your arm or something, and it's just like so instantaneous and natural. I just thought it was a very interesting way of here I got the link for you guys, so let me pop this up here for you. Wait, here we go.
Hop off now. Anyway, but it's good talk. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, anytime, Tom. All right, come back and join us again. All right, brother.
I will talk to you later.
See you soon,
Hey, Tom, how's the channel doing? Do we ever lose him? I think we lost him.
He's gone.
Oh, right. He's already gone. Well, he's got a channel. I don't know what his if he started putting up his own content yet, you guys, but make sure you go and check out Tom's channel, TM Cleanfield. He's supposed to be doing some cool stuff on there, some cool skits. I've seen a couple of stuff. You know, Tom comes on and does stuff with me all the time, so go over there and show him some love and all that good stuff. All right, so here I just posted the link for that crash, that UFO crash in Peru, that the video that we were just discussing on here. So if you guys get a chance, not right now, don't fucking leave, go and check out this video because it's very, very interesting. And it's I think it'll help you guys see why we think this guy is telling the truth. Out of all these fuckheads who come on the Disclosure Project and lie their fucking ass off like Clifford Stone and these fucks, this is the one guy who I'm like, this guy is legitimate, you know? So who we got on here? Who is this?
Espen.
Espen. What up? Yeah, Espen. How you doing, buddy?
Carl, throw another link up for the actual hangout if you can.
I thought I just threw one up. Did it not go?
Oh, right.
Did it not
Was
go
that
up?
for the hangout? Or is that for
No, that was I just
video?
threw one up for the YouTube video, but I threw one up before that, I thought, for
I didn't
the
see
hangout.
that, to be honest.
Oh, that's okay. Here, let me pop up another one. Boom, there we go. The one with the fat kid, yeah. Is it new? DB Cooper. No, it's not really. What up, Alex? No, it's not really. It's not too new. I mean, it's you know, it's a couple years old now, but man, it's so unknown. It's so. What's up? Oh yeah, just the way Sasha's talking right now, saying how he was describing the ooze that came from this craft. It was just like this purplish greenish kind of syrup, and he said it would turn from purple to green and green to purple, and he's like, it was just so weird. It was on like everything around the craft, and he's like it was so weird. Like he would go up and see he would go up to the UFO, but he's like there was no shadow. Like the sun was beaming on him, and where his shadow should have been, he's like there wasn't a shadow. He's like, I don't know why. It's just certain things like that just popped out, just, you know, just really stuck to me. He's like, it, you know, he's like, just this stuff just didn't make any sense, you know. And he's like, and there was just like a little hole opening in the side of it, and he's like, and there was like in there, and they were, you know, and I just remember him saying, he's like, you know, they wanted me to help them, and you know, they wanted me to know that they weren't going to hurt me, and I just them, you know, like I just thought that was so weird. Like they reached out and like touched his soul, and he's like, I just wish I could have just, if I could have, he just wanted to save him and take him away and go with them, you know. And it was just so fucking weird, man. But yeah. Was he dreaming or tripping? You know, it could have been either one, man. But if it was a dream, it was a very realistic dream, and he tells it. I'll tell you what, man. You know, what up, brother? Yo, great fucking job on the debunking video for UFO seekers. Last thing we need is fuckers lie about the truth. You know, I think that's, you know, Pentagon video definitely is not a jet. Exactly. I'm pretty sure I fucking nailed that shit down. And it's Now, this is what I want to know, okay? Of all you fucks out there, Steven, Arthur, Alex, Iron Man, everybody, all right? Crooked Ninja. How many of you motherfuckers saw the second UFO in that video? Give me my fucking props, dude. All right? That's what I want. I want my fucking props right now. How many of you motherfuckers, and tell the truth, don't fucking lie, saw that second UFO?
I saw the moon.
Bullshit!
Okay, I'm lying. Okay, I'm lying. But I would have thought it was the moon.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, Cuvid, I nailed that shit, dude. I nailed that shit, man. You know, eagle eye, baby. You ain't getting shit past me, dude.
I was like a shithouse rat.
You know? Bruce is saying, saw only one. What up, Jax? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so exactly. They only saw one. So Cooper saying he didn't see it. Or Jax Paranormal Underworld saying he only saw one. Paul saying he didn't see it. JB Smith, not me, Kyle. Hey, Jack's brother. Well spotted, man. That's fucking right, Rob. Hell yeah, dude. Nobody saw that shit. I fucking saw that shit. And you can go on any of the other videos. Go and grab the video clips and watch it, and you'll see it. And you go, God damn it. That little fucking cocksucker was right. God damn it, dude. There it fucking is, man. And you can go, because, you know, my video doesn't do it justice, you know, because I just use such a short clip of it. Of any video, and you'll watch it and you'll see, and I'm like, oh my God, he fucking nailed that, dude. There is a second UFO in that video, and no one else noticed it. And we got it here first on UFO Proof, dude. Eagle eyes, baby. We fucking nailed that shit, man. You know, bell curve was way too wasted to notice on the second UFO. Thank you, Crooked Ninja. Gave me my props, man. Thank you.
See, earlier on we had a couple of comments. Crooked Ninja said that anything from Tom DeLonge could be labeled as fake. It's a fair comment. I can understand.
I mean, I don't know. You know, I mean, it could be, but I don't see. I see with, you know, the more and more. Now, the more and more I want to say that this guy's, you know, at least trying to do the right thing and come out with the truth. However, I understand what he's saying. Why? Because the first article, you guys, Cuvid, do you remember the very first video I did on Tom DeLonge from like a year ago?
Oh, I'm not sure. You'd have to refresh me.
That video on Tom DeLonge. This is when it's talking about him becoming researcher of the year and shit like that. I did a video on him, and he had talked about how his this UFO video is his favorite UFO video, and it's spectacular and blah blah blah, and it's of a black flying triangle, and it is
and it was
a
bullshit.
CGI. Yeah, CGI one. Okay, and because of that, that is the only reason why I say you gotta be fucking. You're gonna have to hold yourself back on everything and make sure it's not fake. Not that he purposely did it, but because he's easily fooled. Because he was fooled by this obvious fucking hoax. So, you know, if there's one that's not so obvious, he could really be fooled into believing it. So I could see that a little bit, but I would have to disagree for the most part and say that trying to go the right direction with this whole thing, you know. And that's, you know, what I'm seeing so far. What are your thoughts?
I want to see more on this piece of metal that they have, apparently from a UFO crash site that gives off its own gravitational field, which, the way we look at science, that isn't a thing. You know, pieces of metal don't give off a gravitational field, but maybe they fucking do. I want to see that.
That's, you know, I mean, I want to see it, dude. I don't know enough about any of that before, you know, to make any kind of a judgment call on whether or not this is legitimate stuff. I mean, I guess, I mean, that's a big deal. Now, if you come out with crash material. Okay, and this is crash material. But we were discussing this, you guys, when we were saying how can we tell if this is alien? Would it have to be made from an element on the periodic table? Or would it have to be, I mean, like, how do you decipher if it's extraterrestrial? Just, I mean, what if in their solar system they have the same periodic table of elements as we do? That can very well be true. And in fact, it can also be true that they have periodic table of elements. The table of elements depends on the kind of matter that's within a solar system when the solar system is created. All right. And that is what dictates your periodic table of elements. So who knows what could happen in another solar system? They could have all kinds of different elements that we don't know about. So, I mean, do you have to have a different element for it to be considered extraterrestrial, or could it just be the amounts or, you know, the combinations of different elements here on Earth that would be considered extraterrestrial? I mean, how would you consider that? Hey, Ken, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Kyle. Congratulations on your epic debunking of the debunking video.
Thank you.
To be the best you've produced so far.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, man.
Did you notice my brief comment after it?
Your brief comment? When the fuck have you ever had a brief comment?
This YouTube actually cut my comment off at the end. It was too big. I had to put an extra part on it.
Dude. Are you kidding me, dude?
No, I didn't know there was a limit to how big your comments could be.
If anyone was going to find out if there's a limit on YouTube comment length, you're the motherfucker to find out. I'll tell you that right now, dude.
I pioneered it.
I know right now Alex is laughing his ass off. I know right now, as soon as Tony, ergo I am, hears this, he's going to laugh his ass off. That they're going to love that shit, dude. Yeah, see, Alex is already laughing. He said, brief comment, laughing my ass off. You see, I fucking called it, dude. So I said, Alex is going to laugh his ass off when he fucking hears that shit, dude.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was your comment about? Why don't you break it down for us? What was your comment about, buddy?
Basically, you know, I agreed that the guys who are putting this down have an issue with DeLong. I looked at I did an analysis of the FLIR camera, the different, the black and the whitish zones around the object, trying to explain it in terms of how, you know, the plasma dynamic propulsion works. I tried getting an image of what the radar screen, what is it, that 360-degree radar screen used in the Hornet jet looks like. Unfortunately, it's classified, so I couldn't get it. But I did post something very similar to it. You got to imagine. It only shows 3 targets, but imagine it with like a dozen or more targets in it. Someone on that UFO Finders site or whatever it is, the guy said something like, yeah. He said that there are no stratocumulus clouds over the ocean. And I put a picture up. I found dozens of them from NASA. I mean, they're all over the place. So, I mean, they don't even have the meteorology right. Yeah. Anyway, and I didn't see that second UFO. That was very good that you caught that. You got a very sharp eye, Kyle.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, sir. Yes. I fucking love that. I thought that I know Steven Nixon says no thumbs down yet. What the fuck? Are you serious? Is there not a thumb down?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
No, there is one thumbs down. In fact, let me give him a thumbs up.
Do the same thing.
Oh,
dude.
there's 2 thumbs down.
Can't believe it. Who thumbs down it? You fucking douchebags.
The guy from UFO Finders.
Irish Carl, shut the fuck up.
I know, dude. Now there's 3 of them. You fucking dickheads. You guys go and take those thumbs downs off right now, you fucks. Go and click those back off and give me thumbs up. We had it at 0. You had to say something, didn't you, Steven? You fucking douche. Take those off of there, you dicks.
Don't send him that microphone. Don't send him that microphone. Send him his top and just spray on it like you dick.
Yeah, that so you know, I thought that what the UFO seekers were doing, like I said in the beginning of that video, you know, I am a fan of their channel. Really like what they do, how they go out, they look for UFOs. It's like him and his wife, they go out like camping and like go on like little road trips and shit like that, you know. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. And so, you know, I got no problem with them personally or anything like that. I mean, I like the channel. I just think that for this one instance, you know, that their investigative abilities were really lacking in this debunk. And it was just seriously, everything about it, I was just like utterly just you know, just completely I was like flabbergasted by it. I was like, really? How could these guys actually use this as evidence? As for, you know, a debunk, because they do such good jobs with other stuff. But now, and you know, Cuvid actually brought this up in the beginning of the show. It makes me question the other Tom DeLonge video that they had brought up about his. Now it makes me now I need to like go back and go over it and look at it with a different perspective now, because now I'm like, well, you know, I'm not so sure that, you know, it might not be as legitimate as I thought, you know, their video was to begin with. And so that seems kind of you know, like Harry Toast saying, they're all over Tyler's junk, right? You know, I mean, obviously, you know, you have a big channel like him, and he's going to put you on his featured channels list. This is going to he's going to give you shout outs and videos. This is going to give you a lot of attention, and this is great for any channel who's trying to come up, you know. But you know, coming up that way, coming up because you're putting out basically a hoax debunk. Okay, because in my eyes, that's what they did. You know, nothing in that video could be considered a true means of debunking something. I mean, all of it was such far speculation that it was almost, you know, it was almost a lie. You have to be an idiot to believe some of that stuff. When you just make an assumption like that, when they show the F-35 cutout over top of it, you know, you could put a fucking blimp up there. You could put a fucking flying pig up there and say, look, it looks just like it. It looks like, I mean, what the fuck was that? You know, it didn't look anything like the jet. You know, so I just don't understand that.
There was no mention of the fact that there was no hot exhaust coming out of it.
Right.
Which on the video you showed, it's all over the place. It's longer than a jet almost.
Exactly. Exactly. Where is that trail from the exhaust coming out? This is a thermal camera. This is a forward-looking infrared camera made by Raytheon. There is no way that camera would not have detected it. And in this video, though, the entire craft is uniformly hot. There should be one part of the craft that is cold and one part that is hot. The engine is going to be so much hotter than the rest of the craft. The rest of the craft is going to be cold, comparatively speaking. And so you're going to see the temperature differential between the two. And yet that's not what we see in the video. We see in the video, the entire craft is uniformly hot, you know? So what are they flying around? It's just a giant fucking engine, you know?
I might want to point out that it's not the craft that's hot. It's the boundary layer of air, the plasma flowing around it, that's hot. It's emitting infrared radiation. That's why it's showing up. The craft itself is probably, only, comfortable in air.
How much faster is an F-35 in comparison to the F-18? Because, I mean, they're in a plane that can do over Mach 2. And you've got the pilot saying that the craft he was watching accelerated away at a speed that he had never seen before. So has he never seen an F-35? Well, is that like a brand new plane that he's never seen before?
Fucking apparently, dude. You know, I mean, like, what is that, dude? You know, like, thanks for pointing that out. He did say it flew away like nothing he's ever seen before. And this is coming from a fucking Navy pilot, who flies around in an F-18 Super Hornet. This plane is no joke, dude. This plane is one of their baddest planes, man. And I'm not sure how fast the F goes. I know it's not that badass of a fucking plane that they make it out to be. It's probably it's a lot of high tech stuff, but it's probably not that fast.
Yeah, it's 1,199 miles an hour. It's under.
Over for a minute.
Yeah.
Can you host, buddy?
I mean, 1,199 miles an hour.
So let's take it that you're a pilot, Ken, and you're flying an F-18, and you see an F-35 in the distance. Do you really think, with the whole friend and foe thing, with the whole speed of the other planes that you maybe fly along with can go, do you really think that they wouldn't have recognized it?
Sorry about that,
no
you guys.
way.
Thank you, Cupid.
There isn't, is there? There's just no way they wouldn't have recognized that as a fucking F-35. Plus, the one thing that got me as well, and Kyle didn't put it in his debunk video, so fuck you, Kyle, was
Fucker.
when they were doing the debunk. Now, okay, we only saw like a little bit of the footage, like just over a minute. But why was the fucking plane? Because on the debunk video, you could plainly see the wings coming out the side, and you could plainly see the tail fins. Why was the fucking plane flying upside down?
Down, just sitting there flying like this, just inverted, fucking upside down.
Yeah.
The plane is flying.
Why is it just fucking flying that way, dude? Right? It's just sitting there flying upside down for like a minute, dude. Just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fly upside down. That's fine.
Maybe that was to trick them so they wouldn't realize it was an F-35.
What the fuck was that? Why were they just flying upside down, dude? You know? But it also, what was really interesting was how, when you watched you guys saw the stabilized footage, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool, you know, how they did that, Goddard's journal or whatever, how he did that. When he stabilized it, he inverted the footage to make it look like you were looking out a plane window, you know? And so that's what so you could see, like, if you're looking outside if you're sitting in a passenger plane window or whatever, looking outside, that's what it would look like, to see how this thing fucking tumbled in the fucking air like that, like the way it flipped. There's no way a plane would flip like that. The plane wasn't spinning like a fucking, like, it wasn't spinning like a roll. Okay. This plane would have literally been flipping nose over end, you know? So I mean, like, it's crazy, dude. Like, fucking, they considered like it wasn't in the position for it to be rolling over. It was in the position that it would have been flipping like this because of the direction that the plane was flying, you know? So it couldn't have possibly been a barrel roll, like a spin, you know? It had to be flipping head over. It's like, planes don't flip like that. What the fuck, dude? You know, I mean, fly upside down for just no fucking reason. I'm just gonna cruise upside down and bank to the left slightly. Yeah. Who the fuck does that, dude? Yes, he's ignoring me. He owes me millions. Who's ignoring you and owes you millions? Let's see if Kyle can fly like that. Hello, quick, grab his legs. I'm not ignoring you. I see your shit. Upside down is funnier. Aliens have a sense of humor. Duh. Let me see here. UFO today. I'm not 100% sure, but if you look up other images of the telemetry of FLIR cameras on fighter jets, you always see that little dot. Maybe, you know, I was looking at other FLIR images. I had some actually posted in the video, but I in fact did not see that little dot. And what is that little dot anyway then? Do you know what it is?
Another UFO.
That's what I thought. You know, considering that they were sitting there saying they saw fleets of UFOs, you know.
Okay, Cal. Right. Taking that,
yeah.
Right. This was not a UFO. This was not a UFO.
Okay.
Right. So taking that into account, somebody asked earlier on, and I actually lost the comment, which I'm a bit gutted about. But what was it? What would be your honest? What could it have been if it wasn't an alien spacecraft, let's say, rather than just a UFO? What do you think it could have been for it to have moved the way it did what do you think it could have been? Could it have just been one of the new experimental crafts? Could it have been, what could it have been?
Well, I'm sure there'll be some conspiracy theorists who'll say, "Oh, it's the was it the TRB-3? It's a secret
TR3B.
government spacecraft. It's something like that.
Aurora,
Nothing alien. It's all man-made." Yeah.
Black Mantis, or... But is there anything you could actually say, well, maybe it could have been...
Really
is
out
there
there
anything?
flying over the ocean with the fighter planes following it. These guys are, trained Navy pilots. What it could have been was a fucking UFO. That's what it could have been, an alien spacecraft. Okay. Because it wasn't a fucking jet fighter. It wasn't a jet fighter. I could tell you that. All right. The pilots could tell you that. The pilots could clearly tell you that that was not a fucking jet fighter. That was no plane.
Mhm.
That was no anything that they seen. They didn't know what it was.
Kyle, you notice how they said it was rotating in flight. Well, an aircraft can undergo 3 types of motion. It can either roll, it can pitch its nose up or down, or it can yaw left to right. Now, we have jets. Our jets can do pretty fast rolls. You've seen like the Blue Angels do snap rolls and stuff.
Sure.
If you're going at the speed of one of them and you try to suddenly pitch the nose up and make the plane do like a flip, so like the rear end is facing forward, or you try to flip it to the right so that the fuselage is facing the lateral side of the fuselage is facing the direction you're going, the aerodynamic forces on the fuselage will tear it to pieces. That kind of maneuver can't be done with a craft with mass. It'll just shred it.
Correct. Now, Arthur is saying, fuck this, Kyle. Put a call out and interview a pilot on his channel and his take on everything. Well, if you don't know Arthur, you fuck. We have a pilot on this channel all the time. He's one of our co-hosts. That's fucking Smooth Virus. He is a pilot. And so he's given his opinion on this a number of times and stuff like that. So I think we should actually have him up and you get his opinion on it again, just to have it clear out for everybody. That's probably a good idea, because Smooth Virus is a pilot. He's not a fighter jet pilot, but he's still a pilot, so he knows his shit, at least for flying stuff. I watched some Russians flip Su-27, but much slower speeds. Pilot, I get so wasted. I'm always flying bell curve. The wings will collapse. Correct, Offman. The Ray GGG. If it's not a UFO, it's an astronaut. It's an ancient Vimana. It's if it's one or the other. It's not. If it's not UFO, it's an ancient Vimana, which I would still consider a UFO, but that's fine. Vid brother.
Right, I'm gonna have to shoot off, guys.
Get the fuck out of here, Q-Vid. Stop taking up my airtime.
I'm not saying I need me beauty sleep, but I need me beauty sleep.
But you definitely need it. You definitely need it. Show off that fucking sweater before you get off of here, dude. Look at that shit. How baller is that, dude? Oh, I love it, man.
I have one thing to say to you, Kyle.
What's that, man?
Fuck you.
Because fuck you, that's why. Fuck yeah, dude. That shit fucking rocks, man. All right, man. You know what, Cupid? We're gonna have to do another show on your channel and host it, man. So have you host it and shit. Get everybody over there, man. And also, before you get off of here, Cupid, I know you gotta go, but we are talking about having a like a whatever, a 20-hour long or 10-hour long or whatever fucking live event where we have co-hosts, people come on and they actually just take over and do like a whole host for like an hour or 2 hours or something. What do you think about that idea? You down with that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We just have to sort it out with my schedule, because my schedule, it's a little bit better, but it's still shite.
All right, cool, man. Well, hit me up later on my, on the private line or whatever, man, and we'll go over stuff like that, man, because I want to set that up so everyone could get a chance to come and do that. All right. So hit me up later whenever you get time after you get your fucking beauty sleep. All right, you sexy motherfucker, get out of here.
Right, catch you later, guys. Catch you later, proofers.
All right, talk to you later, Cuban.
See you all later. Good night, guys.
All right, good night, brother. All right, we'll let him go get his beauty sleep. What up, Ken?
I just checked out the top speed of the Navy FA-18 Hornet. It's 1,190 miles per hour. It's 9 miles an hour less than an F-35. So
that's it. Okay, so
there's no way that if it was an F-35, it would go flying away from these guys at the speed it did.
Faster than they've ever seen. Okay, so Cuban brought up an interesting point and said that these guys said that this thing took off at speeds that they have never seen. All right, and an F-35 goes 9 miles an hour faster than a F-18 Super Hornet. Thanks to our friend Ken, we now know this. So in fact, unless they saw something, if 9 miles an hour is so much faster than anything they've ever seen before, I don't know where the fuck they get their pilots from. All right, because that's fucking. I'll get out and run faster than 9 miles an hour.
And the thing is, to get that top speed, you got to be using your afterburners, which means you're going to have an infrared signature that's out about 100 feet behind the plane. There's no way it can be missed by a camera.
No, exactly. UFO Today is saying, if you search YouTube for Lockheed Martin sniper targeting pod image quality, you will find a video with a similar little white dot. I have seen videos like that with different things on there like that. So I do know what you're talking about. But there's a little bit of a difference with this video as opposed to those little dots on there. Usually they're represented by something, and it's a representation of, it has something, there's some kind of representation for it, why it's there, what it does. And I've seen those little dots on some of the other ones, and this doesn't behave like any of those other dots that I've actually seen on there, but I will look up that video and check it out. And thank you for letting me know that, buddy. Arthur saying, Kyle, let's ask, so why do you think they released this end of 2017? I don't know why. I mean, yeah, maybe, wanting to just get it to jump on 2018, I mean, I don't think the date has any kind of specific meaning to it other than this is just when it all came out. I don't, like and it's funny, like you get those schizophrenic people, like my friend Jason's fucking total schizophrenic, man. And I told him he was schizophrenic when I first met him. I was like, you are paranoid schizophrenic, guaranteed. Problem is he was self-medicating, and so he didn't really know he was schizophrenic, but I knew he was schizophrenic. And then he fucking went to jail and shit like that, and he wasn't able to self-medicate, and then all of a sudden came out, man. But these motherfuckers, they always got shit with numbers and shit and dates and shit like that, and fucking letters, and how many times, if they eat 10 fucking hard-boiled eggs, it means good luck, and all this weird fucking, there's all these little things that, they do they have these weird little quirks with numbers and shit like that. And that's, as soon as you see that shit, you know right off the back, these people are crazy as fuck, dude. So you can't take anything they see. Everything to them is a fucking screen image. It's all a screen image in front of their eyes, and it ain't real. It's fucking reality is not the real reality. See, they don't have like the understanding of objective reality. That's the problem. Let me see here. So, I am saying I am waiting on my hoodie and bought that one fucker hasn't sent me. I got that packaged up and ready for you to go. In fact, I'm going to send that motherfucker out as soon as I take my girl to work today, you piece of shit. So you're going to get your shit, man. I can't even break it out and show you, dude, but you're going to get your shit very, very soon. And you can wear it on here. And how come you ain't even on here, dude? I'm about to send you this fucking microphone. And do you even have a laptop? Because I'm going to be pissed if I send you this microphone and you ain't even got a fucking laptop, dude. Because he's talking all this shit about how you finally got a laptop and come on. I got it just to come on to UFO Proof, Where are you? Where the fuck are you, dude? Are you just waiting for the fucking microphone? I want to fucking see it, dude. I want to see this. I want to see him come. I was like, where have you? You haven't come on here one time with your laptop, dude. And we all, and and it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard deciding. There were a couple other people we were going to give it to, that we were thinking like really needed it. Like, what's his face? Oh God, this is going to drive me crazy. The one kid who always comes on here with the real fucked up phone. We always have to kick him off, dude. The Indian guy does all the archaeology stuff. He likes all the ancient alien shit, man. I need someone to help me out with his name, dude. What's his face? That's it, Velcurve. Yeah, correct. Come on, Cooper. Who am I talking about? What's his name, dude? We were all talking about him. We were all saying it's either between him or Irish Kyle, man. Every time he comes on, his phone fucking echoes, dude, or shit always echoes, man. Every fucking time. Not Gyro. Apache. Thank you, JB Smith. JB Smith got it. He fucking nailed it, dude. Yes, Apache. You got it. Yeah, so it was actually between Irish Kyle and Apache. It came down to those two. I'm like, who should we fucking give it to? Because both their shit fucking sucks. And it came down to, well, I think we should just give it to fucking Steven, because he has a new laptop, and so this is a USB microphone, and so it should just go to him because Apache uses a cell phone anyway. So like, oh, okay, cool. So we decided we're gonna give that out to, which actually, you know what, I was rooting for Irish Kyle, not only because he has a laptop and that he needed a good mic and stuff for it, but also because I have some other shit that I have to send out to him, and I didn't want to have to send something out to fucking 2 different people. And so it kind of just made it easier for me to just send it all to one person. And I know that seems like fucking like a cheap, like fucking, like I'm kind of fucking cheap on my shit. Yeah, like I'm a little penny pincher and shit. Well, I'm sorry. It's not that. I'm just fucking lazy, all right? So I didn't feel like having to fucking go and fucking mail off 2 different things. And this just made it fucking easier if I could just all throw it in one package and send it out there, dude. So, like that I want so good so I can join it. That's fucking right, dude. You did, man. And there's an extra little surprise in there for you, man. But I'm not saying anything. You have to see it when you get it, man. But I'm sure you'll like it. But yeah, dude, I'm just here, Kyle. Let me give the address. Hold it for him. Here, Kyle. Let me give the address to send it to hold it for him. Go ahead. Yeah, give me the address, Arthur, to send it to, and you can hold it for him. All right. Oh shit, man. You know what? Actually, as a matter of fact, Steven, go ahead and send me your address again on Hangouts. I do have it, but I'm just gonna have to scroll back and through a bunch of shit and have to find it. So if you want to just send it to me, so I have it new, fresh on my Google Hangouts, so I don't have to scroll and go all the way back through all of our old messages for it. That would be awesome and make it easy on me. I mean, you don't have to, because obviously I have your address on there, but I'll have to scroll through a bunch of old messages to get to it. So it would be great. Lot less work for me. He sent you 2 pounds of pot too. Shut up, dude. That's illegal. You can't send that shit through the mail. It's weed. I bet it's weed. It's not weed. I'm not gonna get him in trouble.
Well, Kyle,
hey, what up, Cool Wave Master? What up, Ken?
What do you think of California legalizing pot recently?
What the fuck took them so long? That's what I want to know, dude. What the fuck took them so long? They were like one of the most, aggressive states in the union. I mean, I don't understand what took them so long to go, fully legal. Like, I just don't understand. I think a lot of it had to do with the already legal, the medical marijuana shops that were already legal and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of these guys. A lot of people don't know this, but there is actually a war between fucking pot growers. All right, so there's a war between the medical community and the recreational community, and the medical community actually was going out of their way to shut down all these different propositions being put up to vote on in their in their states and shit, trying to stop them from being able to make recreational marijuana legal. They were trying, it was the medical marijuana people who were they were lobbying fucking people and putting in money and shit and pooling their money together to try to go out and put advertisements out to get people to vote against, making recreational marijuana. And they were doing that because what's up, Ken?
I think in 2009, the California, they put marijuana smoke on their list of carcinogens, I didn't hear anybody talking about that as they were starting these, passing out these licenses to these, these head shops. A lot of people don't realize pot smoke has got the same carcinogens in it that you find in cigarette smoke. It's
when
you buy that stuff, is there any warnings that you see, like I see on a cigarette pack? Or they just, sold to you in a cellophane bag and that's it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's up to you to decide if you're smoking it, Ken. They're just selling the marijuana. It's not like, okay, when you get sold a pack of cigarettes, the cigarette is made intentionally to be smoked. However, not everybody, in fact, a lot of people don't smoke. A lot of people will eat marijuana. A lot of people will fucking make brownies out of it. A lot of people will fucking spray it with butane and smoke hash oil and shit like that. So there's all kinds of stuff people will do with it. So it's not necessarily a pure smoking agent. There's also vaporizing, where you vaporize it and you don't actually burn this, so you don't actually smoke it. You don't get the carcinogens. You get just the vaporize. It just vaporizes it, the THC crystals and the trichomes, and you just inhale it that way. So there's many different ways, man.
Well, I hope it works out for you guys, but I just got this horrible feeling that about 10 years from now, this is going to be like the new mesothelioma. We're going to start seeing lawyers, these commercials saying, "Did you use marijuana and get harmed by it?" And there'll be all kinds of lawsuits filed and all this. I don't see it, man. Biggest drug experiment in the history of the world, or at least in this country. I just hope it doesn't turn into something really bad.
Well, that's the thing. You got to consider this, Ken. This is not something that's new. People have been smoking weed since the beginning of time. People have been smoking weed in this country for, as long as this country existed. I mean, people have been smoking weed, and they've been doing medical studies on it ever since. And they know exactly the fucking harms and all the shit that happens to you when it comes to smoking weed. And it's well documented by the medical community on what it does and what it doesn't do. And you don't have anything to worry about when it comes to like, oh, it's not going to give you cancer. It doesn't do. I mean, they've been testing this shit for 50 years. I mean, these guys know what they're doing. And so, I mean, basically, we are so many fucking people, for so many people. Now, me, I'm just a recreational user. I use it because I'm a fucking stoner and I like to get high. Fuck me. I'll make up a reason. Oh, I stubbed my toe. God, I need a joint.
I would just caution people, though, if you're using this stuff and you're starting to see symptoms that are scaring you, maybe it's time to cut back or quit. Listen to your body. Don't listen to the guys in the pot shops, because they're making a buck off you. Listen to is this doing something positive for you, or is it doing something negative? I mean, your own body.
Yeah, Ken. You know what? Actually, the DARE program is on next week's show, so you can go ahead and do it next week. Well, when we'll do the DARE program.
I'm not telling you not to use it. I'm just saying, be careful.
And so, fucking keep that shit to yourself, Ken. This is This is the man channel. The DARE program is next week. You can do that shit on your own time. And and you can preach about the safeties then,
I don't want to be
here where we live dangerous over here, Ken. That's it. God damn it. Ken, smoke a joint right now.
I did in the
I'm
past.
sending you a
and,
joint
I had
and you're gonna go and
problems.
fucking smoke it, dude. Have you ever been high before? Have you ever been high,
Anyway,
Ken?
yeah, I've been high a couple times.
Bullshit, dude.
Yeah, I have.
On what?
Yeah, a couple times in
On
my
what?
youth. Yeah, pot.
How many times
booze.
have you done cocaine?
No,
Never cocaine.
no.
How many times you slammed heroin?
Closest I came, the only time I came high
you a
to
heroin
something like
addict?
that was when I had the flu and I got too much cough syrup with the what they used to put in the cough syrup that got you high. The I can't remember it. There was something it was like an opioid in cough syrup they were giving
Dextrometamorphin?
kids. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I took too much of that, and I don't know where I was. Right. So, but
You were
that's about
taking
the
2
close.
hits off the funky whoop chicken, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't like the way I feel if I get high.
Whoop
I don't like
chicken.
that spaced out loss of touch with reality feeling. I also don't like the way I feel if I'm drunk. I just I like to have a clear mind. That's
Have you ever
my
snorted a
thing.
line of Special K?
Hell no.
Ketamine. What about PCP?
No.
You ever smoke any PCP?
Oh God. No.
It's awesome.
I had a friend
Gotta do it.
in
Big
college.
tranquilizer. Dude.
I got a friend in college. He went to a frat party, and they had
Shut
a
up,
punch
Ken.
bowl. He had a big.
Let's get high, dude.
He had punch laced with LSD, and he had a very bad experience after it. And then later, a couple of years later, he became schizophrenic, and he blamed it on the LSD.
Arthur is calling you out. He's saying you're a fucking liar. You get drunk off one wine cooler. Now, do you have a bottle of Boone's Farm in your fridge, dude?
No.
Naval.
I drink diet caffeine-free Pepsi and tea, decaf tea.
Spiked with
that's
PCP.
No, lemon
Just admit
juice.
it.
That's it. Lemon juice and sweet and low.
Rob has got the perfect comment. He is saying, Ken, you don't know what you're missing, dude. You are missing out, man.
Yeah, well, I get high in life.
You get high on ayahuasca, all right? Try some of that shit, dude.
Yeah.
All right? Let's me and you go and snort some giant lines of crystal meth, and we'll fucking ride the white pony from here to eternity. Yes, we are, dude.
Yeah,
we're going to be chasing the fucking dragon, dancing with the funky whoop chicken.
White pony from here to our cemetery.
I was reading about,
we're having this opioid epidemic now in the country.
You ever booty bump heroin?
I saw one statistic. They say more people are dying now from opioid overdoses than we were losing from AIDS at the height of the epidemic. It's incredible.
Oh, that is incredible. So have you ever crammed ecstasy? That's where you take a hit of ecstasy and shove it up your butt. Just admit it, Ken.
When I'm happy, I don't need ecstasy. Let's
cram some ecstasy together, okay?
No, that's okay.
Shove a pill up my butt. I'll do the same for you, buddy. I'm just fucking with you, Ken. I gotta give you a hard time, man. Anyway, stupid people who took ketamine when you're younger are now having their bladders removed. I agree with Ken. I gave up a blow years ago. Ketamine is a Special K for all you guys who don't know, and ketamine is a disassociate. It's a cat tranquilizer, and it is fucking awesome. But it's weird because it fucking ends. You're like, oh my God, I am God. I'm God, everybody. And it's done. You're like, oh, where'd it go? I'm fucking sober. I fucking lost it. Oh, fuck, dude. I like instantly snap, gone, dude. Sucks.
Clears out of the brain fast.
You're really fast, man. So anyway, Ken, you want to smoke some crack?
No.
Come on, man.
No. I don't smoke at all, man.
Fuck.
I had pneumonia back. I had pneumonia back in 2010, and I had to be on a ventilator for about 4 weeks. I spent about 40 days in the hosptal. But I had a doctor.
Fat rock in that ventilator.
And the doctor told me, he said, if you had been a smoker, you'd probably be dead now because you wouldn't have the extra reserve in your lungs. So I'm glad I wasn't a smoker.
Yeah, good thing,
the day may come when you're going to need that extra lung capacity, and it won't be there because you did it with tobacco and other things. Your lungs are very precious. Oxygenates the body, the brain. It keeps you alive. You know, if
Anyway, so do you want to freebase some meth later or what, dude?
No, hell no.
Why not, dude? Come on, dude. Let's fucking freebase some crystal meth. We'll booty bump some heroin. What the fuck, dude? Are you serious?
No, that's
fine, dude.
Very dangerous.
Let's eat some fucking Vicodin and some Percocets, dude.
Oh, Vicodin. Oh my God.
Come on, Ken.
Yeah.
Fuck. Come on, 2 Percocets, dude. You'll be fine. Fine.
What was that? Remember that guy, Jerry Lewis, the comedian?
Yeah, me and Jerry go way back.
When he was younger, he did some pratfall on a TV show, and he landed on they had like an outlet or something projecting up out of the stage. He landed, that hit him in the back. It caused some sort of an injury. His back hurt for years after that.
Ooh.
And he started taking Percocets or Percodan, something like that for it. And I saw him on a TV show, and he said he did something like 2 movies and 3 or 4 telethons. He couldn't remember because he was using this stuff. He became addicted to it. He had to take it to function. A lot of people don't realize that when you use like an opioid, it numbs the pain at first, but when the pain comes back even worse. There's like a rebound effect.
Oh yeah.
Then you up your dose, and you get, before you know it, you're starting to up your dose toward the toxic range.
We know how it works, buddy. You don't have to explain.
Be very careful.
Yeah. No, you don't. Okay.
All the police around here, that Narcan stuff. So if they meet someone that OD'd on heroin or opioids, they can give them a shot of that and save their life.
Yeah, that's right.
It's remarkable. Works almost
I
immediately.
carry it around with me, dude.
You inject yourself.
Everywhere I go, dude. Anywhere I go, you just never know, man. I might need a shot of that stuff, dude.
You got to be conscious to use it, though, Kyle.
Not on somebody else. I'm like a hero. I carry it around in case I see someone else ODing. It's not for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I can handle my shit, Ken. See?
All those people getting that Narcan were saying the same thing, Kyle. That no problem, they got it under control.
I actually got it in a gun. I can shoot it. Like, fucking, I just shoot it at people, dude, all day. I'm like, he looks like he's ODing. Pop. Save his life.
Might get to the point where the police are doing that.
Is this about aliens or drugs? Oh, everyone left already. That's why. Yeah. As soon as it gets to the drug talk, dude, everyone fucking jumps the fuck out of here, man. Anyway, I'm gonna jump the fuck out of here before we lose anybody because we had such a great show today. Ken, I want to thank you for joining me. And hey, after the show, let's smoke some funky whoop chicken and a couple crack rocks. We'll go and bang some fucking hookers and we'll have a good time. You in? Fuck it, you're in. I'll come pick you up. All right. Anyway,
check out my comment on your video. Read my comment on your video.
I don't have time to read one of your fucking comments, dude. I got another novel I'm supposed to finish reading today, dude. Fuck.
You'll love my comment, Kyle.
I'll go and check it out, Ken. But thank you for coming and joining us. And I want to thank everybody out there on YouTube for joining us. Don't forget, if you are wanting to go and UFO hunt and you need UFO hunting equipment, I have it all at the UFO Proof warehouse. That is in the comment section below, or not in the comment section, but in the description below the video at amazon.com/UFO Proof. Go and check it out, dude. I have everything you need for hunting UFOs. And if you're starting a YouTube channel, I have everything you need for starting your own YouTube channel, plus a bunch of other kick-ass shit. So go on there and pick up some shit so I can get fucking paid, dude. Also, go and pick up your own UFO Proof t-shirts, hoodies, hats, socks, like our fucking man Alex got his own pair of UFO Proof socks, dude. We got it all. Go pick that shit up. The link is also in the description below. All that good shit. You know, support me on Patreon. Share this fucking video. Share it with your friends. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Everyone, show your fucking love. And I will see you guys next time. UFO Proof out. All right. Later, you guys.